Yeah, eighth season of the TFL. Just really excited. Don't know where all the years went, but yeah, looking forward to a good year with a good group of guys. Excited where I am in the draft order, and yeah, ready to go.
You got to choose that first overall pick. You could have picked all but two, I think. All but the second draft
correct.
slot. Why did you take number one?
Yeah, that's a great question. There's a guy that I really want really badly. That's obvious because I picked one, and then just with the talent of this league, I think everyone can play. So I'm not worried about the last pick. I'm really excited to get my guy, and then whoever falls to me, I'm be excited to have him on the team.
Grant, there's rumors that the documentary coming out tonight has some things to be said about you.
Yeah.
Are you a little nervous to see what comes out?
Is this the one about Israel Schumann?
Yeah.
Yeah. What was the question? Are you nervous?
That any information will come out that you don't want to be shared?
No, I'm excited. We love our players in New Jersey, and I'm excited to see a perspective that I think I already know. Israel's a great guy. Been friends with him for years. They say really don't work with your friends, and I think that was true. Just for the years that we were on the same team, we didn't really see eye to eye. We had a lot of good memories, a lot of good moments, but just going forward, I don't think that partnership will be a thing anymore, to say the least. But yeah, I'm excited to see what he has to say. Maybe have a couple of his quotes be Bolton material, bulletin board material. But other than that, yeah, not nervous at all.
Describe your relationship with him, Israel Schumann, in a few words, on field. What would that be?
I think it's fitting that Israel is asking me that question. I think Israel's going to get a lot of press tonight, and some of it's warranted, some of it's not. So I don't want all these questions to be about Israel. He's going to get his time in the light tonight. So if you guys have any other questions not about Israel, it's fine.
I do, Grant. Despite all your championship rings and the success you've had in this league, you were posted on the TFL Foundation's Instagram page. You are the lowest rated captain. What do you have to say about that and what you're going into this upcoming season?
Yeah, no, I think it's fair. My team was the second worst team last year, and I'm going to get a lot of hate for that, and I take full responsibility. Something that Israel does not do. Take full responsibility. Sorry that Israel catches stray there, but yeah, I feel like I have a lot of things to prove this year. People were used to me winning championships, and now they're used to me getting bounced in the first, second round. So I don't want to make that a pattern. And yeah, I'm ready to prove people wrong this year.
What's different about this year? You've come up here, sat at that same podium, answered the same way. It seems like year after year, past couple years. What's different about this year?
I don't really know what's different. I like to stay consistent. Just with my process. I want each year to look the same just within our culture. It hasn't worked out these last couple of years, but I'm confident that in the end it will. And yeah, I'm not looking for short-term success, but I want to see just some more success in the playoffs. But yeah, I'm looking forward to getting my guys and having this year have a little different result.
Are you on the decline?
Next question, please.
You played wide receiver a lot last year.
Yeah.
We know you played quarterback in the past. Any word on what you might be playing this year?
No, I'm going to keep that in private, just with my team. Kind of want to surprise people. So yeah, I'm not going to disclose that information. But yeah, I'm looking forward to either being wide receiver or quarterback. We'll see what the team needs.
One more question, please.
Don't be shy.
What's your favorite color?
Pink.
All right, thank you, Grant. Jackson Journal, everybody. Oh, yeah.
Are we all doing an opening statement?
Opening statement about the Renegades, the future, whatever.
I'm just glad to be back with another year of the TFL. Last year didn't go as the Renegades organization wanted, so we're looking to turn it around this year.
Jackson, we know that in the past you've had some quarterback issues on your team. Renegades just haven't quite been able to find that playmaking quarterback. With your draft position this year, you may be able to get that playmaking quarterback. Is that something that you believe to be true? And if so, what are you looking forward to this season with that?
So yes, that was definitely a big thing for the Renegades organization this year was getting a quarterback, because I truthfully think that I am the best receiver in this league, but I've never had the quarterback to show it. So maybe this year at pick 2 I can go out and get my guy and show what I got on the field.
Can you describe your offensive philosophy?
Offensive philosophy? Just go out there, play hard, little bit of plays, but kind of just the flow of the game. Go with the flow of the game. You got to know your opponent, know who's guarding you, and then you have to have your quarterback be on the same page with the receiver.
This year, you've dropped down to an 89 overall rating compared to last year's rating of a 91. You move behind some guys like Angel, Jared, and Zane. What do you got to say about those ratings?
Well, they're flat out disrespectful, but I mean, I can see where people are coming from. It was a bad year for me and our organization. Just like I said, having rough quarterback play has dropped my stats a little bit in the last few years. But like I said, I'm glad to be back this year and hopefully get my guy.
Jackson, we're 3 years from the expansion when the Renegades came in, and you only have one playoff win to show for it. What's the perspective of the team going into this year? I mean, there's rumors that there's billboards already up of Timmy Jordan. What is this year looking like?
Well, just like I've been saying, is just get my guy, get my quarterback, and hopefully that can turn our organization around and kind of build a new culture. We like to be villains around here, and I like that narrative, but we got to get a little more. We're going to start practicing. We're going to get better. We're going to work hard.
Sounds like you believe in the alpha receiver, and a good quarterback philosophy as opposed to 2 good receivers over the quarterback. Why has that been a position?
Well, like you just said, one playoff win, and I've done that every single year. I've had a average to below average quarterback and tried to draft, just the best athletes out there, and it just hasn't showed up on the field. So this year I want to be able to showcase what I got, and I think as a wide receiver 1, I'd like to have that best quarterback or one of the best quarterbacks in the league throwing the ball to me.
Will you be coming back with the same jerseys that you wore last year?
We'll get some jerseys again, but those had last names on them, and I don't plan on having Jake Dressler on my team again. So we'll have some sort of jerseys again, yes.
Thank you, Jackson.
Thank you.
You can give us an open statement.
Free money right now. High Steppers Championship.
What does the offseason look like for the High Steppers?
After last year's slow start, we really wanted to focus in on our process this year. You can't change the results of last year. You can only look forward to the next year, and we're excited to get back out there.
What do you do to quiet the nerves on game day?
I take a couple shots of vodka beforehand. That really calms the nerves and really gets me in the right mindset.
Is that why you draft Jimmy every single year?
Great minds think alike.
I think in the past you haven't had as much of an expansive playbook, or at least a prepared playbook as other teams. I think that's an area you've progressed in. I mean, how much film do you plan on watching? How much do you plan on diving into things in the next month?
Yeah, the great Mike Tyson always said, everybody has a plan until they get punched in the face. So I think playbook-wise, I think we're fine. Mr. Playbook Israel Schumann hasn't won anything. So I think there's only so much playbook strategy that you can do. But I mean, we really want to focus more on other teams when you watch film compared to our own internal stuff.
Callan, we know that at 3, we can speculate who you're going to pick. In the second round, though, is there anyone that you hope to fall to you?
Look, so in the second round, I'm going to get one of 3 guys here. I'm going to get one of Drew, Kelson, or Jimmy. Only one of those guys is going to fall to me, I'm guessing. And so it's really not so much a choice of like who I get to choose between, but just whoever falls to me. One of those 3.
Cal, last year you had your eye surgery and the goggles. Do you think you'll be
come back better this year
Yeah.
because you can see the
Yeah.
football?
I mean, I definitely think so. If you look at Jameis now coming off his huge win against the Steelers compared to what he was doing before he had his eye surgery, throwing 30 interceptions in a season, I mean, that's just a perfect example of what it's going to be like.
As you watched those highlights, I saw your plays a lot up there on the screen. What kind of memories did those bring back and feelings?
Yeah, you know, the Play of the Year trophy, I think that was a little bogus. I think that's just a regular play. You know, I don't think that's too exciting to be worthy of Play of the Year, personally. I feel like there's a lot of other plays that could have been better, that were better suited.
Any of yours?
I think I had that one receiving touchdown where I kind of shifted my hips and turned upfield while the ball was in the air, and I feel like that's just one example.
One more question.
If no one else has another question, I'll just ask. We know that you like to switch quarterback, wide receiver. We saw you play a lot of wide receiver last year. Is there anything in particular you plan on playing more of, or is it still kind of a 50-50 split?
I think it really just shows that I don't care about the stats. I only care about winning. You know, I'm not going to have the highest receiver stats. I'm not going to have the highest quarterback stats because I'll play some of both. This year, I'm not sure yet. We'll see how the game plays out.
Thank you, Cal.
Good evening, gentlemen. I'm very excited to be here. One of my favorite nights of the year. I'm looking forward to the Criminals' future. I'm looking forward to the league's future. And I can't wait for another year at TFL.
Speaking of favorite nights of the year, this past off-season, Gabe Cooler, you got engaged.
I did.
Where does this night versus your engagement night compare?
I'm going to have to put this night behind my engagement night, only by a bit. But I'm just kidding. It was a magical night. I wish I could relive it every day. But to the same person, that would be great. But we're looking forward to marriage.
There are some people doubting your commitment to the league, your commitment to your body, with and getting ready for the TFL with your engagement and wedding planning. What do you got to say about that?
Yeah, I mean, I've been fighting off these body questions past few years. People ask me how much I'm working out. At the end of the day, just look at the production. Am I falling off? No. Is the wedding going to be a hindrance to that? No, it's not. I'm fully invested in both the wedding and TFL, and I think that's a possible thing. All right, so.
We saw a big connection with you and the best quarterback in the league last year. How does that change being this far down in the draft?
Yeah, I mean, obviously I won't have Tim Jordan on my team. Me and Tim, we've had 2 really good years with each other. I love Tim to death. He's been great to me. But you know what? It's time to look forward to a different team and find a different way to win, because I think at the end of the day, you have to find a different way to win every year, just depending on who you're playing against. And so this year it's going to be fun kind of cracking that puzzle of how we can win the league.
Gabe, over the course of the past 3 years, you've won 2 championships. You've played more TFL football than anyone else. It's been a grind, we know that. The wear and tear on your body, how do you continue to just work through that, and especially for this upcoming season after having so many games under your belt?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, I have a good dietitian that helps me at home. They help me get on track. It does. It takes a toll on your body. Last year, I think I told whoever was running social media, I think Jada, shout out Jada, I think I told her, this is the tiredest I've ever been in my life. And that was a true statement then. It really takes a toll on your body. You recover. Those next few days are really tough. But you know what? You get back on track. I feel great right now. I feel the best I've ever felt in my life right now. So.
You just put the commissioner hat on.
Yeah.
This night, draft night, has grown a lot. I know that's something you're proud of. Just talk about the evolution of this being a major league event.
Yeah, it goes back to the league motto, and I think everybody knows it, bigger and better. We try to get bigger and better every year, and I think some of the parts of that is the production value that we have on draft night, that's gone up since being in Grant's basement to where we're at now. And also other people who aren't in the TFL coming to the draft. I mean, you see all of the wives, the fiancés, the girlfriends here right now supporting their loved ones. And I just think it goes to show, I mean, you get the support from people. You get people buy-in. I mean, it's fantastic.
Many people know that you're the producer of this new documentary that's coming out about Israel, and just working with Israel for that many hours, did that promote you to wanting to draft Israel, or does that prompt you not to draft Israel? What's kind of
I kind of want to keep my TFL career and my producing career separate. At no point did those interfere. Did Israel try to talk me into drafting him multiple times when we filmed? Yes, that happened. It was really, I mean, it's a balance there. Did Israel have a lot of feedback? Yes. But you know what? That's good. And we know what we're getting out of Israel. And you know what? He was a movie star. He was fantastic. I had a lot of fun editing it. I mean, just his interview alone was fun to watch.
Yeah, Gabe, a lot of people say that the draft doesn't really start till you're picked. So do you have ideas of who you're going to draft, or are you going to go ahead and want a quarterback? Do you want to get talent? What's your thought process?
Yeah, I mean, this year I was kind of bouncing between, you know, are we going to do best player available? Are we going to go for quarterback first? I'm not officially, well, obviously I'm not going to come out and say what I'm thinking right now, but I do think that there's a lot of value at that pick. I know a lot of people are saying there's 3 great guys and then it drops off big time afterwards. I don't think so. I think there's a lot of value to get there, and I think there's a lot of value in the second round to get too. So I'm very excited. All right. Wow, no Brady questions this year. That was the first year. No Brady.
No opening statement.
Come on, give us some words. All right. After, just take me back to the loss in the final game. Just the emotions. How much of that has stuck with you through the last year, and what did that feel like? I mean, to us mortals who haven't felt it.
Israel, I'm gonna be honest. That emotion is still there. That pain, it's not something that just goes away. It really is something that sticks. Man, but you learn from it. You grow from it. And you get better from it. This off season has been tough, obviously, but we've gotten better. We've gotten in the film room. We, as an organization, have been able to bounce back. We believe that we're going to be better. We've gotten better every year. And the only thing from here is up. So.
You said the offseason has been tough. Is that just like you pouting about it, or are you getting in the gym, running routes, running, getting better? What does the offseason look like for you?
I'd say the latter. No, it's not. We're not pouting about it. We're not crying about it. But it's something that you take that pain and that hurt, and you use it to fuel you and to get better. My routes have never been better. My speed's never been better. My hands have never been better. And honestly, going into this season mentally, I've never been more prepared. And that's saying something. So I don't think that's something you sit and you cry about. I think it's something that you learn from and you get better from.
There were some tier rankings that came out a couple weeks ago, and you were listed in the 3rd tier. I believe you commented saying rage bait on that post. What do you have to say about that?
I think the rage bait was more referring to some other players, such as Drew and Josh. I believe that those players should be rated higher. I think the stats that Josh had last year show they should at least be in the 80s. I think it's disrespectful. Same with Drew. I think he's one of the better wide receivers you're going to get in the second round, and he's been mocked to go 8, 7. So I think it's a little disrespectful for me. Obviously, I think I'm the best player in the league, but that's not necessarily what I'm referring to. But yeah.
Jared, you said Drew's been mocked to go 8. You happen to have the 8th pick in the draft. Are you planning on taking
I have the 8th pick?
I believe so.
Oh, I didn't know that's what the numbers were. I just know I'm after Braden. I thought he was going to go later. I thought that's what I was implying. 3rd to last was what I'm saying. He's been mocked to be. That's on me. I forgot how many drafts
people we have. But
You're obviously going to need to draft a QB. What's your thought process like working through the options of like Lucas or Josh or whoever else?
Yeah, it's difficult because you just don't know what's in front of you. You don't know who's going to need a quarterback. Obviously, I know Gabe's drafting right in front of me, and he's going to need a quarterback, whether he drafts one in the first round or the second round. I know Braden's going to need a quarterback. So it's kind of a mix of a few different things. I'm not going to show my cards yet, but there are a few different ways to sort it out, and that's just kind of where you have to figure out where the draft is going and make your picks then. So.
Describe what you look for in a Kraken player.
In a Kraken player, I just want someone who respects the organization, who's going to not take it lightheartedly, that's going to love the game, and that's going to be in the right spots at the right time. We don't want guys who are going to go off script because they believe that they know what's best, like some players in this league. We want players who trust the organization to make the right calls. And to call the right plays, and yeah, that's what we want.
All right, one more question. 2 years ago, you only had 40 receiving yards. However, last year you increased that almost 3x, having 110 receiving yards. What's this year looking like?
I only had 40 receiving yards 2 years ago.
In the playoffs.
Oh, in the playoffs. Yeah, we played one game in the playoffs, and we had some interesting field positioning that helped or hurt my receiving stats. We also had Trevor, and Trevor, we liked using him to our advantage in that playoff matchup, just with Stets and Grant on him for a lot of it. So that's something the Kraken do, is we exploit matchups, and we're not afraid to do that. So I'm willing to take a back seat and let the other players shine if that's what it takes to win. So thank you.
Gentlemen, good night. Glad to be here. I think the Fighting Amish franchise is ready to take another win. I know we laid low last year, but we're back for blood. Any questions?
Laid low last year. You beat the undefeated, never lost before Timmy Jordan last year. How did you feel to finally take it back?
You know, that was a big part of the season, and we knew we had it in us. Just a few complications, not getting the win overall, getting that chip, but we had a good run, and I'm ready to win another championship this year. So, yeah.
When you think about your skill set, what do you take more pride in, your offense or your defense? You can't say equal. That's a compliment.
If I can't say equal, I'm definitely saying defense. You know, defense wins championships, and it's the little things that count, and not many people care about defense. So, definitely pride myself in that.
Braden, you had one of the best victories last year, but arguably you had one of the worst losses, and it was the first game of the season. How are you going to avoid a slow start this year?
It's a very good question. Yeah, I think it really came down to chemistry, team chemistry, and I think that's brought in before the season. We got about a month here leading up to the game day, so I think that's clearly where we need to work on building that team chemistry, getting the plays down, and ready to go.
Braden, you have the 6th and 7th pick in the draft. A lot of people there's rumors going around that you were drafting Israel Schumann. Can you comment on that?
Oh.
Yeah, rumors are rumors, but yeah, we'll see what happens. It's an exciting thing to be last at the end of the snake draft there, so never know what's going to happen.
Do you think some of the stuff that's going to be revealed about him, Israel Schumann, in the documentary could? What do you think that's going to do to your evaluation of him?
You know, it's tough to say. I've known the guy for quite some time now, going back to 3rd grade, I think. Yeah, Leo. So I don't think there's not much to be said there, but yeah, we'll see. Take a look.
I was talking to an anonymous TFL executive, and he said that back when Braden was the best player, we were talking about past years. So are you not the best player in the league anymore? Do you think that, or what's your thought process?
Yeah, it's interesting. I'd like to know who said that, but yeah, we might have a few things to take care of. I don't think I'd agree with that. It's clear. Had some great plays up there in that past video, but yeah.
One more question. What's your favorite TV show?
You know, I'm not the I'm not a big show watcher. I like movies. I don't like the big commitment. But movies, I'd say Inception, if we're going to go there. Like to think. So.